Hello there. This is a short yoga nidra practice I'd love to invite you to do with me today. So maybe it's bedtime wherever you are and you want to use this just to fall asleep a little bit easier. Or maybe you want to use this as a break between tasks during your day. If that's your case, I'd encourage you to set up an alarm just to make sure you wake up in case you do fall asleep. What we're going to do here today is go together through a body scan and then maybe some short visualization if you'd like to join me. So I trust you're going to get as comfortable as it's possible for you today, whatever it means for you, because it can mean different things for different bodies. Maybe you want to lie down, maybe you want to have a seat, or maybe you're having a lovely walk. If there are any props that you could use to feel more comfortable in whatever position you choose, please go ahead and grab them. It might be a blanket that's going to keep you warm, maybe some cushion just to help the floor meet your body a little bit easier. If you need to get the wiggles out before we come to a pause, please go for it. And do remember, if at any point during the practice you feel the need to move your body, you are very much welcome to move at any time. Having said that, I want you to remember that everything I say here is just an invitation for you to explore. If everything feels fine, that is perfect. But if anything feels off or makes you feel uncomfortable, please know that you are very much welcome not to do what I say, or maybe even tune out and not listen to what I say at all. Maybe you just want to use it as a background as you relax on your own. And before we begin, maybe you'd like to set an intention for this short practice. It might be just one word that comes to mind. It might be something that you feel specifically today, or maybe you've had enough of intentions, and that is, I'd say, an intention in itself. So as you get comfortable here, you might want to consider a few different things that might help you tune a little bit more inwards. That might mean closing your eyes, for example, if that's an option for you today, if that makes you feel comfortable. Maybe you'd like to see how you're breathing today. It doesn't mean breathing deeper, it doesn't mean changing anything, but just seeing how you're doing today. There's another invitation from me to try and not expect anything and not judge whatever you find today. As you arrive here now, I'm gonna go ahead and move to the body scan. So we're gonna walk through each body part one after another, and all you have to do is just bring your attention to that body part. If that doesn't make much sense, you might want to squeeze that body part if it's a hand, for example, or maybe you want to move it or touch it with your hands if that helps. Whatever works for you best. If you're ready, I'd invite you to bring your attention to the very tip of your head. Now, it might be tricky to feel it, but if you want, you can go ahead and maybe gently move your head left to right if you're lying down on the floor, for example, and just see if you can think of the very tip of your head and bring your attention there. And from that tip of your head, we're going to move down to that spot between your eyebrows. You don't have to do anything else. From the center of your eyebrows, moving to the center of your throat. Just bringing your attention there, thinking about the center of your throat. And from there, we're going to split left and right to the left shoulder and the right shoulder. We're going to start with the right side first. So if you'd like, please bring your attention to your right shoulder, to your right elbow, right wrist, right fingers, starting with the thumb, the index finger, second, third, pinky, the entire palm, coming back to the wrist, right elbow and right shoulder. Now maybe you want to feel your entire right arm. Moving to the left, bringing your attention to your left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left hand. Starting with the thumb, your index finger, second finger, third, your pinky, your entire palm. Coming back through the left wrist, left elbow, and left shoulder. Bringing your attention now to the entire left arm. And from there, if you'd like, you can move your attention to the center of your chest. In between your ribs, where your sternum is. Moving further down the body to your belly button. From there, going through your private parts and splitting left and right again, starting with the right hip and moving your attention across the right leg through your knee, your right ankle, and the entire foot. So starting with the heel, the sole of the foot, all of your toes, the big toe, second, third, fourth, the little toe, coming back through the sole of the foot, the heel, the entire foot, the ankle, back up through the knee to your right hip. And now if you'd like, can you bring your attention to the entire right leg? Can you think of your entire right leg as one? If you'd like to move further, you can bring your attention to your left hip now, to your left knee, left ankle, the entire left foot. So going through your left heel, the sole of the foot, all the toes, the big toe, second, third, fourth, the little toe, and coming back through the sole of the foot, through the heel, back up through the ankle, the knee, and back to your left hip. Now can you try and bring your attention to the entire left leg? If you'd like to continue, you can bring your attention back up towards your belly button, the center of your chest, the center of your throat, the middle of your eyebrows, and again the tip of your head. And now that we've gone through all of the body parts, maybe you'd like to try and bring the attention to your entire body as one. Another invitation is to try and see if you can feel the warmth around your stomach area, but at the same time the cold of your fingertips, maybe your toes if you're not wearing any socks or shoes, maybe your nose. So thinking of these two different temperatures, one after another. First the warmth of your belly, and then the coldness, maybe a cold breeze on your fingertips and toes. those body bits that tend to get cold first. And now if you'd like, can you try and imagine the warmth of your belly traveling outside towards all the body bits that tend to be cold? So towards your fingertips, your toes, maybe your nose. And at the same time, that cold breeze that covers your fingertips and toes traveling inside towards your belly, the two temperatures meeting in the center. Can you try and feel both cold and warmth at the same time at once? Maybe you'd like to feel the lightness of the air around you or above your body, but at the same time feel how steady the ground beneath you is. So again, meeting two opposing forces, the lightness of the air and the steadiness of the ground that keeps you. If you'd like, I'm gonna walk you through a short visualization now, but just a reminder that anything I say here is just an invitation for you to explore. So if you're up for it, would you like to and can you imagine yourself, wherever you are? I'm gonna assume you are in a certain room. So if you'd like to imagine that room that you are with your body in there, can you see yourself in that room, whether you're lying down or sitting or maybe you're walking around? Can you see yourself do that in that room? And if you're lying down or sitting, can you see yourself standing up? If you're walking, can you see yourself walk towards the door? And maybe you'd like to open that door and see that they don't lead to where they used to anymore. Whatever room used to be behind that door is not there anymore. What is there behind that room is a lovely field of white flowers. So maybe you can see yourself standing in front of the door and the door leading to a field of white flowers. If you'd like, the invitation is to cross that door and enter that field of white flowers. It might be late spring, maybe, when it's not too hot but not too cold. So just the right temperature. Maybe you can recognize some of the white flowers there. Maybe some of them are your favorites or the favorites of someone dear to you. And as you walk in that field, maybe you'd like to lie down for a second there, just to enjoy nature for a moment. And if you don't like the idea of lying down on the ground, can you see maybe a blanket waiting just for you in that field? Just as if you're about to have a picnic, there would be a blanket waiting for you to sit and enjoy right there. So if you'd like, you can have a lie down there. Maybe you want to stay seated again and see if you can hear any birds or maybe flies making some noises around you. If you can smell any of the wildflowers, maybe you want to touch some of them that are closest to you. See how they feel in your hands, their softness, their warmth. If you look high above you, what can you see there in the sky? Maybe it's sunny and cloudless. Maybe the sun is already setting. And whatever it is you explored there, you can stay here for as long as you'd like. But maybe you'd like to get up, whether you were lying on the ground or on your picnic blanket, and come back the same way you arrived there. So go back the same path leading to the door to your room. And as you open that door, come back to your room and find your body there, lying down, maybe sitting, or maybe just standing and walking around. If you already are in that room, in that body, you might want to bring the attention back to my voice, maybe some other external sounds happening outside, wherever you are. You might also want to check and see the temperature of the room that you're in, the temperature of your body. And speaking of body, maybe you'd like to invite some movement again. This can be very subtle, starting with your fingertips and your toes, maybe your entire hands and feet. Maybe you want to stretch and have a yawn. And if your eyes were closed throughout this whole time, you might want to bring your hands together and warm them against each other a few times. And as they become warm enough, if you want, you can place them on your eyes. You can keep the fingertips closed together, or maybe you'd like to have some space in between them. And as you're there, you can very gently blink your eyes open, and the fingers are there to help you get used to the light of wherever room you're in. After a moment, you can remove the hands from your eyes and come back to the room completely. Thank you.